Greetings, moviegoers. It's the film adventurer Timdiana. It's been a while since I have been on this format. Long story short, things happened and then things got complicated, so the cinematic adventures had to be put on hold. But things have been sorted out, and now it's time for me to once again journey forth and endure it in search for credit. But the thing is, in order to do that, there's a particular film that I have to watch. This has been a review I've been intending to do for a very long time, and time again I've put it off. But I realize now that in order for me to move on, I have to actually review this film. And I've locked myself in the theater, so I can't escape either. So, that being said, please join me, moviegoers, as we endure the infamous, notorious, and downright perplexing Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh boy. Well, before I head on into the theater, let's talk about this so-called adaptation, shall we? Alright, so first things first. Let me state that I am a fan of Dragon Ball, or better yet, Dragon Ball Z. Yes, the show could be ridiculous at times, but it was entertaining thanks to its memorable cast and its over-the-top action. So when I heard that they were making a live-action Dragon Ball Z movie, I could not help but be a little skeptical as a transition such as this, well, they could work. The film was directed by Final Destination director James Wong. The film was originally just going to be called Dragon Ball, but the studio decided to add evolution to the title, so it could sound edgy, I guess. Well, it looks like this film wasn't going to completely ignore its source, as director James Wong and even actor James Marsters stated that they were fans of the series. Plus, the action was going to be handled by the same company responsible for The Matrix and 300. So with these details in mind, one couldn't help but think, what could possibly have gone wrong with Dragon Ball Evolution? Normally this would be a time where I mention how critics completely hate it, or fans hate it, or so on and so forth, but with all the reviews that are out there, that point's a bit redundant. But perhaps after all this time, maybe things have changed. Maybe Dragon Ball Evolution is actually better than we all think. Yeah, I know I'm being optimistic, but it can't hurt, right? Alright, fine. So, with nothing but my wit, my plot pen, and these crazy pills, it's time to finally do this, as this is my cinematic adventure to Dragon Ball Evolution. So, to no shock, this film opens with a prologue, explaining how the evil Piccolo terrorized the land with his mighty servant Ozaru.
Warlord named Piccolo came from beyond the stars, bringing darkness and chaos to our once peaceful world. Aided by his disciple Ozaru, the evil pair brought the human race to the brink of annihilation. Cities and countries crumbled beneath them. Countless lives were lost. But finally, a group of brave warriors created the Mafuba, a powerful enchantment that imprisoned Piccolo deep within the earth.
And he also shared a cell with the likes of Rita Repulsa, Aku, and General Zod. After we cut to our title screen, we open to our hero, Goku, played by Justin Chatwin. Now, you may argue the point that Goku is not played by an Asian. But then again, Goku isn't necessarily from Earth, so you could get away with this. Anywho, Goku is training with his grandpa, Gohan, played by Randall Duck Kim. You may know him from his roles in The Matrix Reloaded and his voice work in Kung Fu Panda, where he voiced Master Oogway. Which actually explains a lot about Master Oogway now that I think about it. Evidently, Gohan's training dealt with learning the ways of the Force. Gohan continues to instruct Goku about using his ki, but Goku just can't seem to figure it out. This is where we learn one of the more questionable directions of the film.
Everybody at school treats me like I'm nothing, Grandpa.
You're special, Goku.
No, I'm different. I know that, and they know that too. They push me so far that I want to explode. Yo, I could tear them apart with one hand.
I don't train you to fight boys, Goku. You promised.
Okay, you made me promise not to fight. Then teach me something I can use. Teach me how to get the girl. Teach me how to talk to her without stumbling all over everything I say.
That's right, people. Goku, one of the most cherished and beloved anime characters, has been reduced to a teenage cliché who just cares about getting the girl and being popular.
Happy birthday. You think I forgot? Sushinchu is yours.
What is it?
It's a Dragon Ball. Sushinchu means 4 stars. In all the world, there are only 6 others, from 1 to 7 stars. Besides you, Goku, it's my only treasure.
So what's it do?
By itself, nothing. But together, the 7 Dragon Balls will grant the holder one perfect wish.
Everybody got that?
So Goku is off to high school, where he is instantly picked on by bullies.
Make me pay, Geeko. Come on. Come on, Geeko. Right here. Come on, baby. Show me what you got.
I love being a generic bully stereotype. So as Goku dreads his school day, we see that darkness is approaching as someone is collecting the Dragon Balls. And that someone is Piccolo, played by James Marsters. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, just how did Piccolo escape his imprisonment? Ah, I see. Plot convenience. Back at school, Goku is daydreaming about his love interest, Chi-Chi, played by Jamie Chung.
As the sign of the apocalypse. In India, for example, the eclipse symbolizes Rahu, the demon of darkness devouring the sun. The Chinese believe that eclipses were caused by a dragon trying to swallow the sun.
You know, you could say Goku was having a sexual fantasy about Chi-Chi, but I honestly think he's just daydreaming about food. It would make sense. Seeing Chi-Chi in the hallway gives Goku the proper inspiration to use his ki. So his energy is empowered by his hormones. I'd be more annoyed if it wasn't so obvious.
Hey, Goku, right? Did you do that?
Yeah.
Use your key.
Wait, you know about ki?
Just because my name is Chi-Chi doesn't make me a complete idiot.
Right, right, because there's a lot stupider names than Chi-Chi. I'm not saying that Chi-Chi's a stupid name. I'm just saying that it's not normal.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say on the awkward levels?
It's over 9,000!
Finding some common ground, Chi-Chi invites Goku to this big party. And being a horny teenager, Goku gladly accepts.
Beauty awaits.
Take taking the 4-star Dragon Ball, Goku leaves the house without telling his grandfather. And I'm sure there will be no repercussions of this whatsoever. Goku arrives at the party only to be greeted by the bully gang. They start giving him crap, but Goku decides he will take crap no longer, and he fights off his antagonists. Okay, movie? I know that Dragon Ball is known for having ridiculous action, but this is just silly. So rather than everyone being frightened from the whole incident, everyone seems to be quite content that the cool kids were beaten up. I guess nobody likes the bully gang, which wouldn't make a lot of sense, actually. With that out of the way, this leads to yet another romantic scene between Goku and Chi-Chi.
What happened to your parents?
I don't know. But my grandpa said everything will be explained to me when I turn 18. And I'm 18.
Cool.
Vegeta, what does the scholars say about the generic love plot levels?
It's over 9,000!
Back at the house, Gohan has some unexpected guests as he fights off against Piccolo's assassin, May. This leads to Piccolo entering the house himself, telling May that the Dragon Ball is not there. How does he know the Dragon Ball isn't there? In fact, how did he know it was there in the first place? Plot convenience, moviegoers. Plot convenience.
I will have the Dragon Ball, old man.
Okay, movie, you do realize that these are key-wielding warriors who throw energy blasts at each other at a whim, and not Jedi or Sith. I mean, granted, they could do these things, but they're really not known for it. Goku senses that his grandfather is in trouble and heads back home, where he finds his grandfather on the brink of death. And it seems that whether it's a house or a giant ape, Grandpa Gohan is being crushed by something. With Gohan's last breath, he tells Goku to find Master Roshi and tell him that Piccolo has returned. He also tells Goku to collect all 7 Dragon Balls before the eclipse. Why does Goku need to find the Dragon Balls before the eclipse? And if Piccolo could sense the Dragon Balls in the first place, why didn't he sense it on Goku? All of this can be answered with reasons. Goku buries his grandfather and returns to what remains of his house. But he soon discovers that another intruder has entered the home.
Where is it? I know it's here.
Are you Piccolo? Did you kill my grandfather?
Listen, idiot.
That's right, Goku, you have discovered Piccolo's evil plot. He destroyed your house and killed your grandfather so he could lure you back to your house disguised as a woman and then steal your Dragon Ball. Actually, that could have worked. So you might be wondering to yourself, just who is this gun-wielding woman? Why, it's none other than Bulma, played by Emmy Rossum. So somehow we got this into this. So, Bulma is tracking the Dragon Balls because May stole her father's ball. This leads to Goku and Bulma teaming up to find both Master Roshi and the other Dragon Balls. This leads the pair to a city where they find Master Roshi's house on a small island in the middle of the city. Great way for the turtle hermit to be inconspicuous. Goku and Bulma sneak into Master Roshi's house, and naturally Roshi takes offense to this. So this leads to another cheesy fight scene. If you haven't noticed by now, Master Roshi is played by Chow Yun-fat, and to his credit, he does the best he can.
I am Lieutenant Roshi, the Invincible!
Sort of.
For all man's fate will be bound to battle forces of death and fear, and compel Shenlong to appear.
Never mind. After explaining the Dragon Balls, Roshi shows the two his ball, and this shows us that the 7 balls have a very special power. Showing really poor foreshadows. Meanwhile, Piccolo is doing nothing significant. Moving on. So now the mission is to find the other Dragon Balls before Piccolo does. And as our 3 heroes travel the lands, they stumble across a random group of fighters. And who just so happens to be a part of this random group? Why, none other than Chi-Chi. Because it's been, what, 10, 15 minutes, and we just need another awkward scene between Goku and Chi-Chi.
One hand. To master the second level of air bending, you have to control 2 things at once.
Wait. What did you say?
To master the second level of air bending.
Air bending. As in this movie? You have seen Dragon Ball, right? Well, anyways, with Goku starting his training with Master Roshi, this would be a fitting time for a training montage. Or not. So our heroes have fallen into one massive hole, but fortunately for them, someone does come along to help. And that someone just so happens to be Yamcha. And if you're hoping that Yamcha turns out to be a fairly useful and intriguing character in this film, well, he's not.
Payment?
Who do you think made this trap?
How did he do that? What, he Wolfang fist the ground? Well, it'd be kind of cool if he did. So our heroes spend the night in the hole, and here's where we discover that Master Roshi is not just trained in martial arts, but he is also skilled in exposition.
Their names were Piccolo and Ozaru. 7 mystics banded together to fight the invaders. They sacrificed their lives to cast the Mafu Ba, a powerful curse that imprisoned Piccolo. Now, Piccolo has somehow escaped. In 2 days, the blood moon will eclipse the sun and bring forth Ozaru, his disciple, to stop Piccolo. Whoever can find all 7 Dragon Balls can resurrect the power of Shenlong and be granted one perfect wish. Unless we find the Dragon Balls and use our wish to banish Piccolo from this world, we will have no defense against the onslaught.
Everybody got that?
However, to their luck, the 3 discover that a Dragon Ball is nearby. But in order to get it, they need the help of Yamcha, who has a drill that can get them there. Which does explain how he made the hole. And here I thought he really did use Wolfang Fist. Anyways, the group finds themselves in an active volcano. where the Dragon Ball just so happens to be sitting there.
Peace and right! I just tried my best!
You know, for a second there, I really thought he was going to be a good supporting character. But it turns out Yamcha is just Yamcha. But before they can retrieve the ball, they are attacked by Piccolo's minions, who look a lot like Power Ranger monsters. The group manages to defeat the minions, and fortunately for them, the goons can also be used as flotation devices sturdy enough to withstand lava. So Goku hops along the dead bad guys and grabs the ball, where he has yet another foreshadow. But before he can say or do anything, Mei attacks him.
Flawless victory.
Goku tells Master Roshi about his visions, and how he sees Ozaru kill both Roshi and Bulma. So, Goku is determined to defeat this monstrous villain. You know, actually I should probably be quiet about this whole subject, so let's move on. So in order to stop Piccolo, the group heads to a temple, where Master Roshi speaks with the elders about using the Mafuba against Piccolo. While this is going on, a tournament is taking place, where Chi-Chi is fighting against Mei. I'm not sure what's more perplexing about this moment. How obvious Mei's plan is, how Mei entered the tournament in the first place, or why is Chi-Chi the most competent fighter in this whole film? Bulma and Yamcha are having a romantic moment, and I don't care. But now it is time for Goku to continue his training with Master Roshi, and at long last it is time for the hero to learn the most iconic technique of not just Dragon Ball, but of all of anime, the Kamehameha wave.
Channel it through you.
Oh!
Focus it. And release!
What?
Okay, let me make one thing clear. I am perfectly content when filmmakers need to change certain details of a source in order to work as a movie. I understand it. That being said, the one thing that Dragon Ball is known for, the one thing that makes Dragon Ball, and you movie screwed it up. I mean, the Kamehameha wave is not that complex of a thing. You channel your ki, you cuff your hands, you say the magic words, and do this. It is not rocket science that somehow you turned it into that. Can I get a face palm, please? Thank you. Anyways, Goku tries and he tries to learn the technique, but he just can't figure it out. But all of that changes when Chi-Chi appears.
It doesn't feel right. I must be missing something.
You have to make every move your own. You can do this.
Again, why is Chi-Chi the most competent fighter in this whole film? I mean, this really isn't a slam against Chi-Chi, but I'd be lying if I didn't find it weird.
think the next move, it would be better to blow out all the torches.
Vegeta was a scouter, say, on their romance levels.
It's 1006.
Huh. Later that night, Bulma wakes up to discover that Chi-Chi is up to something. Of course. Her competence as a fighter, how she seems to appear everywhere Goku is. It's all so clear now. Chi-Chi is the villain of this film, and she wants the Dragon Balls for herself!
Who the hell are you?
Or it's May in disguise. Yeah, that works too. So May has infiltrated the temple disguised as Chi-Chi, which does explain her appearance at the tournament. However, it doesn't explain how she knew that Chi-Chi was going to be at the temple, and for that matter, if she had the power of shape-shifting, then why didn't she just turn into someone who actually lives at the temple and then wait to steal the Dragon Balls? But I guess none of that is important, because now it's time for Goku to play the imposter game and pick and choose just which Chi-Chi is the fake one.
Goku, stop!
Oh, shh.
Wrong one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Goku, but the correct answer was attack both of them. That way you completely cut the chances of the imposter escaping. Well, thanks for playing today, Goku. Any comments to the audience? Fair enough. Okay, fine, that didn't happen. But seeing that Master Roshi just used the Kamehameha wave to revive Goku, it should have. So now Piccolo has all 7 Dragon Balls, and our group must go off to stop the villain who has placed the 7 balls in a mystic shrine that is located in the middle of nowhere. Well, this is Piccolo we're talking about, and he always seems to have a thing for wastelands. Goku and the others manage to reach the shrine in time, but they are taken out thanks to Piccolo and Roshi's Ki Blast colliding. This is when Goku puts on his iconic attire, though why he didn't put it on before reaching the wasteland is beyond me. But our hero goes into action and faces off against Piccolo when this happens.
Defeat Ozaru, and I'm here to destroy you.
Defeat Ozaru. When the blood moon eclipses the sun, you will become Ozaru.
What? No.
There is no denial. Goku's time is over.
That's right, viewers! Unless you know the series and saw this coming, then the big plot twist is that Goku is in fact Ozaru. Not to say the movie didn't make it obvious. Now, where do I begin with this plot twist? Let me see if I can actually figure out what you're trying to say here, movie. Goku is a 2,000-year-old monkey man who turned himself into a baby so he could wait 18 years for Piccolo to be released and then transform back into Ozaru when the blood moon eclipsed the sun. Well, that's an interesting concept, movie. It really is. But I can't help but notice this twist raises a few questions. Like, why did Ozaru turn into a baby? Why didn't he just head to Earth and release Piccolo from his imprisonment? For that matter, how did Piccolo escape his imprisonment again, movie? Still a question I'm wondering. Why did he need the Dragon Balls before the blood moon appeared? What was holding him back? What exactly is his wish again? What's the point of him needing the Dragon Balls if he's all powerful? In fact, did he know that Goku was Ozaru this whole time? If that is the case, why didn't he just sense him, abduct him, tell him the truth, and then find a scenario where Goku would transform? What was going to be the guarantee that Goku was going to transform at all? What is the point in this whole scenario? What is the point in this twist? How does it help this movie? How does it make any sense? How? Okay. Find my happy place. Just find my happy place. Just think of all the moments that made Dragon Ball so nostalgic. Just think about those.
Shake!
Respect the beat. Like whole milk.
Oh, sorry about that. Whew. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so now that Goku is Ozaru, he begins to attack his friends. Yamcha stays behind to fend off against Goku, and it goes as well as every Yamcha fight. Roshi takes his opportunity to use the Mafuba on Piccolo, but it doesn't go according to plan. I can't help but wonder that if it was really that easy, then why didn't Piccolo just do that the first time around? But then again, asking questions at this point would be redundant. Then Ozaru appears and kills Master Roshi.
Well, just look at all the f***s I give.
But that is when Goku gets glimpses of his grandfather, who tells him, "You are who you choose to be," and blah blah blah. Well, that's enough for Goku to come to his senses and turn back to normal, with his clothes completely intact, mind you. But anyways, it is now time for Goku to fight off against Piccolo. Movie, you do know that Dragon Ball's action was a blend of physical attacks and energy-based attacks, right? Oh, wait. What am I saying? Of course you don't! Bulma is attacked by Mei, but the assassin is finally defeated with the reappearance of Yamcha. And again...
Well, just look at all the f***s I give.
This leads to the final struggle between Goku and Piccolo. And if you have seen the Dragon Ball series, I think you know where this is going.
Again!
Well, that was close enough. So Piccolo is now defeated, but that leaves Goku, Bulma, and Yamcha without a companion. But fortunately for them, they do have 7 Dragon Balls that can grant them any wish. So they gather the balls together, summon the Eternal Dragon, who looks like the cheapest dragon effect since Dragon Wars, and use their wish to bring Master Roshi back to life. Master Roshi is revived, the day is saved, all is well, and Goku and Chi-Chi start their date off with a sparring match. Yes, I know that it didn't actually happen, but it should have. At least it would make me feel better. But, at long last, that is my review to Dragon Ball Evolution. Yes, that is my review to Dragon Ball Evolution. Nothing more to say except that after all this time, I can safely say that this movie sucks. I realize that Dragon Ball is not the most complex of things, but the show did work thanks to its story, characters, and action being so entertaining. Dragon Ball Evolution has none of these elements. I couldn't tell if the filmmakers were trying to find a way to make Dragon Ball work as a movie, or if they just didn't care. But while that may not be a good interpretation of the manga or the anime, does that make Dragon Ball Evolution a bad movie? Yeah. The plot lines were cliched as one could get, while the performances were fairly lackluster. Then there were the effects, which were either cheesy or just awful. All this leads to the element that should have been the major factor for the movie, and that would be the action. I realize that Dragon Ball's action is supposed to be ridiculous, but I felt that there was just a better way to do it. A good example of this would be the film Kung Fu Hustle. That movie showed that action like the one in Dragon Ball can work for a movie, but that was not the case for Dragon Ball Evolution, as nothing about this element stood out. Surprisingly, Dragon Ball Evolution may not be the worst film ever made. In fact, it could be one of those films where it's so bad that it's good. But for this film adventurer, this interpretation is one that I cannot recommend. So, unfortunately, Dragon Ball Evolution only charges up to 1.5 hats out of 5. You know, you think I'd be happy because I'm finally through with this movie. But it turns out I'm just frustrated because I had to watch this movie. You know what? If I could find the Dragon Balls, I would wish that every copy of Dragon Ball Evolution would be thrown into the sun. No, I've got one better. If I could find the Dragon Balls, I wish I could watch and review a Dragon Ball Z movie. Now, that would be... Thank you?